Here, we'd like to welcome our 2024 FedEx Cup champion to the Media Center. Scottie, you spent 25 weeks at number one, the final 25 weeks of the season at number one in our FedEx Cup standings, longest active streak at the number one spot in Tour history. How does that feel to get it done just a few hours ago?
Yeah, it feels really nice. Yeah, like you said, I've been leading the points list for a long time, and so to come in here with a lead is, it's nice to play the way that I did and be able to finish it off the right way.
With that, we'll open it up to questions. If we could just get a mic, we'll start with Doug Ferguson over here on the right.
Scottie, how do you rank this win? I'm just kidding.
Genius.
Just kidding. You had, and I know it's an asterisk, but you technically were leading by 7 shots on Thursday, and I'm just curious how difficult this week was, given how hard it is to play with big leads, knowing that, frankly, you could only lose from there. You know what I mean by that?
I think so. I tried my best to just stay in the present this week, and I felt like I did a really good job of that. In terms of the lead, it's unusual playing this many rounds of a tournament with a lead, especially a 7-shot lead after the first round is something that I will probably never have at any other tournament besides this one. So it's a bit of a different feeling. I feel like sometimes this tournament lasts longer than other tournaments. I don't know why, but it's just like I'm exhausted right now. There's really no other way around it. I'm just really, really tired. So if my answers are not very good, I'm blaming it on the exhaustion.
We'll go to Dave Shedlowski with Golf Digest next.
Now I'm kind of disappointed that whatever I ask might not be a great answer. Tell us the thought process that you went through as you walked to the 9th tee and that approach, not only on 9 but 10 and 11, and just how you got through that period there.
Well, most of the week I was playing really well. I felt like I was doing a lot of stuff well, and I wasn't getting a ton out of it. I'd started with the lead, and that's why I was still in the lead, only because I started with it. If it was a regular tournament, I think I would have been a couple strokes behind, but would have been right in the tournament. And so Teddy did a good job of just reminding me that I was playing well and to continue to do what I was doing, and that we were still in control of the tournament. I still had a 2-shot lead, still in total control. And if I played, my best golf on that back 9, then I was going to be most likely holding the trophy. If I went out and with a 2-stroke lead and played my best, and I felt like I was going to win the tournament. And so I changed my focus and was able to hit a really nice shot in there into 9 and really change the momentum of the round.
We'll go to Mark Schlabach next with ESPN.
Scottie, what happened on that shot out of the bunker?
I shanked it.
Why did you shake it?
So there's the club, like there's the straight part of the face, and then over here is the hosel. And on that one specifically, I caught too much of that part of the face. And that's why I went to the right. So it's shaped kind of, a little curve. And then, so like Tiffy, if I hit the straight part, it's going to go that way,
no,
straight.
I get that.
And then if I hit this part, it's going to come, towards you.
I know the season. Thank you. I know the season just ended, but can you put into words what this year's been like with the birth of your son, a second green jacket, a gold medal, what happened at Valhalla? All in the span of like 8 months.
If you can describe it in words, more power to you, because I don't think I can. It's been a long year. It's been a very fun year. I think emotionally right now I'm pretty drained. So I'm looking forward to going home and getting rest for a week or so before I start prepping for the President's Cup, because that's a tournament that I really, really want us to go out there and win. And so, I really don't know how to put it into words. It's been a very eventful year, but it's been a lot of fun. You have the really just the one weird spot there at Valhalla, which I just don't really know what to say about it. But everything else has been pretty special.
We'll go to Bob Herring next, front row.
Scottie, not to belabor it, but most golfers have a hard time the next shot after a shank. That's what you always hear, right? Like it's in your head, right? Like, how are you going to hit the next one? Obviously you hit that great tee shot on 9, but still, like, is that lingering at all, even on that next chip shot, like that you're hitting? And when would have been the last time you actually did that? I would think that's pretty rare.
So that actual specific bunker shot, for some reason, I need to figure out why, but I shank it a lot more often than I should when I'm on a side slope like that. Thinking about on the next shot, not really, just because it's a bunker. It's a totally different shot. If I had shanked a wedge from the middle of the fairway, I'm sure it maybe would have crept in. Like, I remember I had a shank at the President's Cup a couple years ago, and over my next iron shot, you can definitely feel, the toe of the club kind of flipping over to make sure it beats the heel there, so the ball doesn't, so I don't shank it again. But this one specifically, since it was a bunker shot, no, I didn't really kind of go into the rest of the game. But if it was like normal wedge shot from the middle of the fairway, then yeah, I think probably would have been a bit more challenging to overcome.
We'll go to Sean Martin next on the left.
This being the final tournament of the season, how does it feel different when you don't win it, and maybe how does it feel different when you do win it compared to other tournaments?
Well, I'll keep you posted on what it feels like to win it. I've left here the last couple of years being a bit disappointed, just in terms of, like you said, it's the last tournament of the year, and now that we actually have an off season, it's one of the great things about our game is, even though we do lose a lot more often than we win, there's usually, you can come out the next week and try again. With it being the last tournament of the year, I take a break after this, and so there's not much opportunity to kind of get the taste out of your mouth. So this year, I'll definitely have a different feeling the next couple of days at home, being able to win the last tournament, not lose it.
We'll go to Rex Hogger with Golf Channel next.
Scottie, you don't show a lot of emotion on the golf course a lot of times, but what was your mindset after the 7th and 8th holes? Were you aggravated? Were you frustrated? Was there anything that Teddy might have said to you?
Well, I was definitely frustrated. Like I said, I've been playing really solid golf most of the week. I've been playing really well, and I just happened to have 2 bad holes in a row, basically. And I hadn't really had many bad holes the whole week, and they just happened to come in a row. And so Teddy just kind of did a good job of reminding me that we're still in control of the tournament, I'm still playing great, and you just go out and get back to work. Basically, is the speech he kind of gave me, is just get back to work, and that's what we did.
We'll go to Doug next.
What's the best speech Teddy's given you all year?
Well, in terms of freshness, I'd say probably the one after number 8. You're really challenging me right now, having to look in the past. I don't really have the brain power. I'll probably have to get back to you on that one, but just because it's fresh in my mind, probably the one he gave me walking off number 8 tee. But really, Teddy gives me good speeches all the time. That's why he's such a great caddy. I don't think there's a day goes by that he's not giving me some pretty decent advice or giving me a good laugh when I need it. He really is, my biggest asset out there on the course, and he's a huge part of the team.
Anything else for Scottie? We'll go to Sean Martin. A couple more.
What is it about starting the week with the lead that makes this tournament feel so much longer?
I guess just starting with the lead.
What are the Tuesday, Wednesday any different than they normally would be at a normal event, or?
Not really, but I think playing with the lead, can be challenging at times for people mentally. But at the end of the day, 2 shots for a 72-hole event is not a lot of shots. I lost the lead the first hole of the tournament. Technically speaking, I wasn't in the lead anymore. I was tied. And so 2 shots is really not that much, but I think that's part of the challenge to the format is it's a lot different mentally. It's something that I never would have thought that I needed to prepare for when I was a kid. I never thought about having starting strokes to start a tournament. And so I think that aspect definitely makes it feel a bit longer. You're teeing off last. That's a position you always want to be in, but to start the tournament like that is a bit weird.
Was there anything specifically you tried to do this year differently than the previous 2 years?
Not really. I think I just handled it much better mentally. Like you said, last 2 years ago, I had the big lead going into Sunday and wasn't able to get it done, and I lost that lead, I think, pretty early on the front 9, and actually played good after that. I just wasn't able to get it done in the end. And then this year, I think the lead got down to 2 shots after number 8, and he just did a really good job of kind of getting back my focus, and Teddy gave me the nice speech, and I was able to kind of get back into the right frame of mind and then hit some really nice shots from there on in.
Last couple, we'll go to Adam Schupak next.
Scottie, you started working on the putting late last season. You won right away in the Bahamas, but then there was a bit of a lull. When do you feel like the putting really clicked, and how key was that to this week's victory?
I felt like I was kind of gradually building towards something. I had some decent starts to the year. I had a couple top 10s to start, and I was close to winning in Phoenix. And then overall, I was playing really solid. I knew I was close. And then, I got the hot week at Bay Hill where I was able to kind of improve my putting as the week went on. I switched to the Spider, but it wasn't like something immediate. First day I just, made everything. It was one of those deals where I had to give it the full chance because it's different than the putter that I've used pretty much my whole life. And, I gave it a good chance that week. I was able to improve as the week went on, had the big finish on Sunday, and then, I made a lot of putts this year when I really needed to. I think of, the putt to win Memorial. I think of some of the putts I made over the week at the Players and the putts I made the back nine Sunday at the Olympics. Like I made some putts this year when I really needed to, and that's why I'm sitting here with a lot of wins instead of a few. Last year I was playing good golf and I wasn't able to make the key putts at the right time, and this year I was, and so that's really just the difference.
Yeah, 7 wins. I mean, that's what Tiger Woods type season. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's great. Still don't understand why the Olympics doesn't count. It's a bit weird to me. I think that's part of the greed that goes on in your brains. As you say 7, I'm kind of like, well, no, I won 8. I won the Olympics in the middle of the year, and for some reason it doesn't count as an official PGA Tour win. It counts the same as, no offense to the Hero, but it counts the same as the Hero World Challenge in the grand scheme of things. But overall, I mean, it's been a great year. I'm proud of the results. It's something I try not to focus too much on, but at the end of the day, being able to win tournaments is a great feeling, and it's what we work towards. And to be able to have as many wins as I have this year is really special.
And we'll finish with Doug here.
This postseason doesn't always define a great season, as you know. If you were being honest, was there any part of you that it gnawed on you that you hadn't won this yet?
That it gnawed on me?
Yeah, aggravated you, bothered you.
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest with myself, yeah, I definitely did. I've been the player of the year for the tour the last 2 years, and I haven't left with this trophy, and so it definitely, I think, leaves a bad taste in your mouth at the end of the year, especially when I start with the lead. Granted, it's not a huge lead, but you're starting the tournament ahead of people. Like, you should win the tournament if I'm starting ahead of people. That's how I feel. And so maybe the last couple of years I put too much pressure on myself to perform or whatever it is. But this year I did a good job of just staying in it mentally and keeping my head down, and just had a really good week and was able to finish it off the right way.
Of course.
Of course.
I said of course. Go ahead, Doug.
As much as you talk about staying in the present, can you keep your head down and still raise like a level of determination to get it done?
I think so. I think last week was a good kind of relearning experience for me to just keep my head on straight. Last week my attitude was not great, and that's the thing that's been my greatest strength this year has been my attitude. And my whole team reminded me of that after the week, and I was like, listen guys, I know I was not in a great mood last week, wasn't in a good place, and so this week really my goal to start the week was just to have the right attitude and use what I feel like is my best strength, and that's my mind. And that's what Teddy reminded me of at the beginning of the week, and that was really just the thing that I focused on the most, was just staying in it mentally, and it paid off.
Scottie, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.